All right, let's do a quick video. Well, first of all, welcome back to the channel, Barn Dominium Builder's Guide. Joe Craft with Florida Barn Dominiums, and I'm going to show you some of the tools that we have that if you're going to do this yourself, you're going to have some tools. You don't have to have the name brand tool that I have. You don't have to have some of the super fancy stuff that I have, but you're going to have tools. So, especially if you're going to completely DIY. So let's go over some tools, why I like them, and a lot of the ones I have actually have a really good resale value. And right now, there's a lot of deals. Buy one, get one. DeWalt, Ryobi, Milwaukee, they all have it. I'm currently switching over to Milwaukee. We'll be selling all of my DeWalt stuff fairly soon. And I say that, that's what I tell my wife. We might not sell it, but we might. So let's get started. Let's look at the trailer. So first, let's zoom out so we get a wider view. There we go. That is I built my cabinets in the trailer. I did an epoxy floor. So this is an epoxy. This is a two-part epoxy from Sherwin-Williams with the flake and the clear coat. And I also put the shark grip in there, which is a Sherwin-Williams product. You tell them shark grip, they'll know what you want. So this trailer, even when it's wet, is the floor is rough. It's great for your garage, or you could do the epoxy. I'd probably leave the flake out in a house, but you could do the epoxy even in your house if you're doing a bare concrete floor. One of the benefits of epoxy or stained concrete is 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Next year, you don't like it, you don't have to tear flooring out. You don't have to tear out tile or hardwood or carpet. You don't have to tear anything out and dispose of it to put a new floor in. You just put it in. So if you're on a budget and you're trying to save money, go with a stain or an epoxy. Watch some videos. It's not that hard. Do it yourself. Save some money. And then if you got a dream floor, a bamboo or a marble or something that's your dream, don't waste money putting in something you don't want. Get you a finished product. It looks like you finished the home. It's going to look nice. And then it's much easier and cheaper to switch it out later. All right, so let's go to the cabinets. So these cabinets I built, and I built them pretty hastily. They're built to be in the trailer. So this is cedar. Around the drawer, all my face frames are all cedar. The drawer faces are cypress. It's just a router bit on the router table. So I just cut the board to size and run the router bit on all sides. Rolled it. Just plywood construction on the drawers. Soft close slides. This one needs adjusted. It doesn't go. Oh, looky there. It made a liar out of me. It didn't go all the way. Some of the others go all the way. Soft close slides. See, that one will go all the way. I got some new slides for this drawer here. Slides are 20 bucks at Home Depot. I bought the middle of the road. You can get them cheaper. You can get them more expensive. A miter saw is great when you're framing, when you're putting up your trim. I would get a compound sliding miter saw, and the cart is really nice because you see how I've got it folded up and against the wall there, and I just roll it out. That cart, it kind of flips up, and the saw sits on it, and then you fold it back up and roll it out of the way. So it's really nice, and you'll find uses around the home all the time. And you get a lot of these tools you can pick up on Craigslist. Let's go right here to the Milwaukee. This is a new tool that we just got as we are switching over from DeWalt. And I went with the paper correlated nailer because the DeWalt was a plastic correlated nailer and it spits out little plastic chips every time you shoot a nail. But this is the DeWalt framing nailer. The Milwaukee framing nailer. it'll do up to 3.5-inch nails. I think down to 2-inch, and it'll do a 30 to a 34 degree nail. See it right there. So if you get the cordless nail gun, they cost a little more. This with the extended mag, so it comes with this magazine, and you can get it with this magazine, which will hold 1 clip of nails, the battery and the charger for like $329. And if you're doing it yourself, that's fine. You can get by with that. I bought the extended mag and put on mine. It's another $100 for the extended mag. It holds 2 clips of nails. But if you buy that, you don't need an air compressor, which I have a battery air compressor, DeWalt. We'll switch that over to Milwaukee because we're going to switch everything and either set these up in our shop or sell them. But that little air compressor for a do-it-yourselfer is going to be just fine. You can also buy like a pancake. Right here, I'm going to pause it and go in the garage. Whoops, I didn't pause it. It flipped. All right, we're not going to pause it. Scratch that. We're just going to go in the garage. So just a little pancake compressor like that, pick it up for $100. You'll be fine for framing, especially if you're going to do one, just do your own house one time. It's all you'll ever need. You can keep it around for airing up tires, what have you. But if you don't want to buy an air compressor and air hoses, then a cordless nailer is the way to go. You're going to want some drills. And again, you don't have to buy Milwaukee. Go get you a Ryobi. They're super cheap and they're good quality drills. I have a trim carpenter that exclusively uses Ryobi tools. A battery charger. A lot of tools will come with one. If they do, you're set. If you're going to go pneumatic, you're going to need air hoses, and you're going to need enough air hose to reach Howard. So if your house is 50 foot long, I'd get at least 100 foot of air hose. You're going to need helpers. I have 10 of these little guys. They're not cheap. I recommend trying to borrow them from the neighbors if you can, but you're going to need some helpers. It's good if you can return them though. Level. I have this 8-foot level, which is pretty expensive and you don't necessarily need it, but it's really nice for checking walls and what have you. So shooting your plates down, a ram set is really nice. Oh, let's look in here. What do we got? It's in there. Can I get it with one hand is the question. Somebody rearranged my stuff. We've been working at the church and letting them borrow my tools. All right, there you go, a ram set. So you put, let's go over here in the light a little better. Right in that part, there's a blank 22 cartridge goes in there. You put the nail right in the end with the sharp point down, obviously. And you push it down and then pull the trigger. And you want to put a hand, it's going to kick back pretty hard. You want to put a hand right on top and hold it down good and tight. But that'll be very helpful for setting your plates. When you stain your walls and you shoot your plates to the concrete. That's a good tool to have. Without that, you're going to need tap cons, and they are put up in, well, here's some shorter tap cons. And you need a hammer drill. If you're going to do tap cons, you're going to want a hammer drill and the right drill bits to Joy. All right, Joy, bud, get out. Get out. You're too wild. You're going to need the right drill bits to drill that out. These expandable ladders. Let's see if I can back up to where you can see that better. I hated these things when they first come out. But I got one there and I got two over here. They don't take up much space. I got these at Harbor Freight. They're not too bad expensive. So these are good ladders to have for many different things. One ladder can do a whole lot of stuff. So it's a good option, especially for a do-it-yourselfer. Scaffolding can be rented. Scaffolding is really nice to have when you're doing stuff up high and you need a little bit of room to stand and walk. It's safe, and you just can't say enough about being safe. Caulk gun, it's going to be tempting to pick up the one that's $3. Trust me. Don't do it. Don't do it. That one was $25, and it's a night and day. I'm fairly strong, and those cheap ones, when you're putting out glue, they will wear your hands out. A good caulk gun is worth the money. So just get you a good caulk gun. Let's switch. Put your metal up. Again, your drill set, you're going to use that. Putting your metal siding on, setting your windows, setting your doors. There's just lots of times you're going to use that drill set. So I'd get one you like, get a few extra batteries, maybe even get the quick charger. Especially if you're going with multiple cordless tools, you want to keep those batteries hot. The Cordless Light, this light is run off of batteries. These lights here will be, as of next Monday, will be run off of batteries. There'll actually be a deal that sets up here. Joybug, go inside. There'll be a deal that sits right up here, and the lights will plug right into it. It runs off of a battery. There's a contraption that you put on a battery, and you can plug in your cell phones. You can plug in a laptop. You can plug in a box fan. I'll be able to plug these lights in and run them in the trailer. So battery lights. You may not have power at first. So a table. If you're going to build your own cabinets, you can pick these up off Craigslist. This is a cordless one here, 60 volt DeWalt, and the little router table. I think this was $200 at Lowe's. But that's how those two tools are how I built my cabinet drawers and doors. What else? I'm trying not to make this too long. Sawhorses. You're going to have you some sawhorses. These little contraptions right here. These are good for cutting plywood down. If you don't have a table saw and you got to use a skill saw, lock that on. It gives you a straight edge to run your skill saw. I'm going to need a skill saw. I have a cordless one. Of course I do. DeWalt. Sawzall. Sawzalls are for when you make mistakes. No, there's some other times, but mostly that's when we on the framing crew. If you get the Sawzall out, you buy lunch because you probably made a mistake. Jigsaws are nice. Hole saws. A lot of people don't like hole saws, but I'm gonna tell you a little trick here. You get this 6-inch hole saw, or this, what is this one, 4.5, and lights. It's so easy to put in these new lights that they've got. I got one sitting right here because I just put them in my laundry room. So this light right here, 6-inch hole saw, and it just snaps right in there. These little ears right here hold it tight up against the drywall. This box here, you can wire this yourself, I promise you. Right there, just stick your black wire. It just sticks right in there. And your white one and your ground are all in there. Super easy to do. So you can do your own lights. I'm going to show you mine, and we're going to end this video right there. If you want more tools, we'll do it. Just comment below. But there's the lights I just put in. They're not straight because the middle one was where my wires were, and it is tight against the truss because the box was nailed to the truss, and these other two I pulled them over just a bit to get them off of the truss. But there you go. Boom. They're super bright. It's 3 of them, and they light this room up good.